Hello, everybody. Greetings. Hi. Welcome to our finale of The Shattered Underground, our Urban Shadows actual play. And thank you, everybody who's joined us for this little journey so far, who joined us last week, who have been on YouTube, who watched us live on Twitch. Y'all are awesome. And I really hope you are enjoying the system, enjoying Urban Shadows. So, Urban Shadows is a TTRPG from Magpie Games, in case you missed it. It is what they call urban fantasy. It takes place in like a modern setting where you can play a whole slew of different supernaturals, mortals in the universe. And there are 4 different circles. So there's the Mortalis, the Night, Power, and the Wild. And there's 12 different playbooks. So our players here are only playing 4 of 12. But they are playing one from each of the different circles. There's, it gives off a very vibe of like vying for power, putting in debts, things that you would look to try to get an advantage for your circle in the city. So it's been really fun to play this. This is my first time running it, and I've read through the book, the core rule book, and it is it is a system that I think flows really well. It is very familiar, if you're familiar with Powered by the Apocalypse as a system, that is the style of gameplay for this. So it moves very quickly, it flows really well. The rolls are very simple. All you need is 2 d6s. You add whatever ability you have, and that's how it works. As the GM, I don't roll. It's not like a back and forth combat where I roll versus where they roll. So I'm a big fan, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning and absorbing a lot of this. So thanks for joining us for the ride if you have been enjoying thus far. So if you want to check out Urban Shadows, you can just Google it, but I'm going to put in chat, and you can also check it out in the description below, where you can pick it up or just take a further look into the game system as a whole. So that's everything for our little intro. I'm going to go ahead and dive us right into our finale of The Shattered Underground. Let's change the music. No, I don't like that one. Before Boston was the city that it was, before everything that we see in the modern day of Boston, there were stories being told, old stories of prophecy, of gods. And that is where we see the Morrigan, who she herself brought herself to the city, following somebody who she once loved. Cuchulainn the Hound. Their feud, it was born in love, perhaps pride, and then ended in curses and death. But death is truly never the end of these stories. She offered power. She offered glory. She offered love. And he denied her, spurned her gifts, choosing war over her embrace. And so she cursed him. Not with weakness, but with strength. Enough for him to fight until his body broke, until destiny finally claimed him. And now, as he walks through Boston's supernatural world, now bound by this blood, this wrath, his suffering has rippled out into the city. The city that runs on debts, that runs on favors, bargains. Somebody will pay the price. Will it continue to be him? Will it be somebody else? That is to be determined as we stand now with the four of you looking up above you in this dark alley, not far from the iconic views of the Boston Harbor. You see above you a ravaging beast, a hound, in his full wolf form. Below you, the body, a corpse covered. The sounds of sirens blaring several blocks down. The patter of the rain as it begins to storm more and more. A flash of light and you look up. He leaps down, standing tall above the four of you. And he looks at you, Alice, and begins to walk toward you. What would you all like to do?
There's nothing more intimidating than a wolf, blooded, full of rage, walking at you. No spell can conjure up that kind of fear. It is so primal. Alice is going to freeze. Hands raised as if she's prepared to bring about some incantation, but she is stuck, frozen. Headlights in the air.
You all see Alice frozen.
Yeah.
Not more than 10 feet away stands a 7-foot tall beast.
Taking that as my cue, I put out an arm immediately and I put it in front of Alice, pushing her back a little step and taking a small sideways step forwards in front of her. Seems like we're here again. I reach into my jacket and I start to pull out one of my weapons. As I raise a pistol towards this wolf, I don't shoot, but I look to the side to Camden and I say, "Your time to shine."
Camden, all of this happens like that, split second. And I think instinctually Camden counters the wolf before them. Center of gravity low, eyes trained on what could very well be one of the most deadly adversaries they've ever witnessed. But they will move forward, standing between their compatriots and this red-eyed, furious wolf. Both hands up. Coquelin. You've been carrying quite the path through the city. You know what it's like. I know what it's like to be that angry, hurt that much. Feels like you got nowhere else to go with it. This There's nothing that'll slake that anger. Isn't the way to do it.
Roll spirit as you say these words.
10?
10. That's really good. As you say these words to Cuchulainn, you hear in a guttural snarl, "You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be cursed not like this. This is worse than death."
Camden will close their eyes and kind of flinch. The front of their face kind of extends into a muzzle. Fangs drop, digging into their lower lip. This isn't some cutesy hybrid. This is painful. This is bones rearranging in a way that they should not be on a humanoid body. And in a voice that is garbled by these fangs, that is guttural and rough. Are you sure about that, brother?
The breathing continues. It's her. She needs to leave the city. We need to drive her out.
Her.
If you do this, we can run together, fight together. All of you. All of you, any allies you have. We will need them. We do this together. The shadow that casts over the city because of her. Don't think this wouldn't happen to any of you either. They cannot be trusted.
Alice is going to find her voice at this moment. I have a boy, an apprentice by the name of Ashley. He was possessed in a manner similar to yourself, albeit it was not a rage. A gluttony. I must say, the effects are startlingly similar. But he did not spill blood. He did not end lives. I cannot speak to a wolf's struggle, my friend, but if we are to walk with you, the slaughter must end here.
This is no curse of magic or of devil deals. This is a curse that cannot be broken with your kinds of magic. This is the curse of a scorned creature of of magics that I have never seen.
So what you're saying there, bud, is that even if we were to run away with you, there's still gonna be a chance that you go haywire on our acid and slaughter us in the middle of the night.
And not to like rub salt in the wound, you did that whole, ooh, this is a fate worse than death. We could just kill you. Like, we can just go ahead and just dole that out, and then you wouldn't have to be angry anymore. You'd just be a gravestone.
Perhaps that is the best fate, then.
Phoenix, you want to just go ahead and do that, since that's kind of your...
A moment, dear Trap. Camden, you are wise in the ways of wolves, your own kind. Death is such a finality. Are you certain that we should take this round?
Camden will kind of glance at the others and look back at Cuchulainn. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I am. It's not fair. It's not fair that your choice was taken from you. It's not fair that your body is no longer your own. But this, and they'll point to the bloodied, mangled corpse against the wall of the building beside them. This does not balance those scales, brother. We can't allow you to do this to our city.
You say these words, Camden, but Trap, as you hear Camden speak with the hound, you see on your shoulder flies a little crow, gently places itself on your shoulder and whispers words into your ear. Do you think that I would let it happen that easily? Do you think weapons, mortal weapons, will kill this creature? No, that's not what I wanted for him. Bring
Then
him.
what do you wish?
Bring him to me. Back through the painting, back to our realm. I'll take care of him for you. And if you do this for me, we'll wipe the slate clean. No more debts. For you, at least.
You know, maybe, like, now they're talking to the group, I was a little overzealous, a little hostile. I'm so sorry. Can I call you Cookie? I mean, that feels a little bit easier on the tongue.
You just hear the breathe in snarl, but no recognition.
And it's gonna start walking closer to him, and possibly I'm reading my move here. I'm so sorry to break the immersion. Can I touch him? Just like do a casual like hand on shoulder or like hand on arm?
Yeah, you can. If you roll me heart to see how he
Ew.
responds.
I will say, MC, if it's okay, Cam isn't going to stop Trap from trying, but if it looks like Cuchulainn is going to bum rush them, then Cam is going to jump in front.
That is a 9.
A 9. Okay. Camden, you see Trap walk up to this creature and reach out their hand, and you notice a bit of a response. Trap, you're able to touch the hound and grab onto its golden fur, but you see his arm stretch out toward yours, ready to strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna intercept.
You intercept Camden. Roll me just blood to see how well you do.
I will say, as I kind of wiggle this in, since I did touch him, I would like to use Bedlam. It cost me a point of corruption. You can touch a vulnerable target and place them in a specific emotional state of your choice for the scene. Mark corruption to have that emotion directed towards a target of your choosing. I want to make this wolfman placid, just calm.
Love that. That is great. Yes, so you take corruption. And I don't think you even have to roll for this.
Yeah.
I think it just happens with that corruption that you take. So, Camden, you what did you roll for blood? Oh, you muted, or at least it didn't pick up in the mic. I think I saw you mouth 7.
11.
11. Okay, not 7. 11.
Oof.
That's better. So yes, as Trap is touching this wolf and it responds with its own lash out, you grab its arm, hold it back enough for Trap to be able to use their fairy magic, their fae magic, to calm this creature. So that initial snarl, you see some of the saliva just like spitting out onto you. It just recedes. And the breathing is still heavy. You see its entire body up and down, breathing. But it does not respond in lashing out anger. He kind of just goes catatonic for a moment and stands there and looks at the two of you.
What's your plan, Trap?
Don't worry. I got this. Don't worry. And then, like, now they use both hands. It's kind of like petting on the side, like closing the distance too, looking up. Surprisingly calm, despite the situation. I think what you need is just an actual view or understanding of the city. I know you're in a very rocky place, but what helps me when I'm feeling shitty about Fayaxes, because God knows we have them, you should come with us. We got invited to like this little gallery thing, and I think art is very soothing. Just promise me you'll give it a shot.
Looking to Alice at this, I don't think that's a good idea, though, is it?
Absolutely not, but it is intriguing, you must say.
I don't think we should take someone who could lose control at any moment into the heart of the city willingly. I can't have possible innocent victims on my hand like that.
Well,
Camden, I'm giving you your try, but that's not something that seems safe.
Look, if it all goes south, it'll be my fault. And I'll take
No,
full
that doesn't
responsibility.
matter. That doesn't matter. If people get hurt, doesn't mean shit who it's from. People get hurt. And if I can prevent that, I'm gonna prevent that. So I don't care if you're responsible or not. If you guys want to fix the situation, I'm watching, gladly, but I'm not gonna allow you to take this person into the heart of the city, into a full gathering of people, okay?
As the calmness continues to envelop Cuchulainn, he begins to morph back into that of his human form, slowly, as the calm envelops, and you see that Animorphs style warping and shifting, contorting back into a human. You see a man on the ground. Well, guys, we're gonna have to. This is in this world of Urban Shadows. When you morph, you don't have clothes, so you see just a full man.
Don't worry, I'm gay.
Real quick, MC, can I use Trinket to just produce him some boxers real
Yes,
quick?
yes, you get him some cloth, some boxers, on the ground, and he just has on the ground his hands, still continuing that heavy breathing. You see somebody who looks like a warrior, long hair, very chiseled, almost like a statue in some ways. He doesn't speak. It seems the effects of Trap's magic is still on him as he just looks up at the four of you and just kind of gathers himself and his own mind and state as you continue to talk.
Come
I
on,
say
Camden.
I say
me
we
out.
let him choose his own story. Let him choose how he wants it to end. If he wants to keep fighting or if he wants it to end here. That's the dignity you can grant someone, right? Choosing how they want it to end.
Camden's gonna crouch down in front of Cuchulainn. Like on their knees, like one hand on their shoulder. It doesn't have to end. You don't have to be this thing of fury and bloodshed. Every wolf needs a pack, right?
You look into his eyes, his very golden eyes, and he nods. Doesn't respond, just nods.
Done too much here. Shed too much blood. And there's a kind of a wry smile on Cam's face. They know who their territory is connected to, who they owe debts to. While this will likely have repercussions, it is still the
As you four stand there, some time passes, perhaps just a few minutes of silence. It's not an awkward silence, but just more a pensive pause. He eventually speaks up. She's trapped there, you know. In her realm. Though she loves to keep her claws in all of the circles of the city, one way or another. That's why she has the four of you and others. She wants a means to break free. If she was able to leave and walk through these cities, I don't want that. I don't think any of us want that. She's done enough.
How bad would it be? What are we talking here?
If anybody crosses her, we've seen what she can do. Just depends on her mood, the time of day, the correct phrases that somebody uses. You say one thing that sets her off, and that's it. You're cursed. You're plagued. That type of instability. I don't think any of us want that. The things that I do to this city, the things that I've done, it doesn't pales in comparison. Don't give her what she wants.
What do you want?
I want a way to reverse this curse. I was not like this all the time, and I can't control it when it happens. When I get the fury, the rage, I can't stop it. But I was not always like this. I met her. She thought that we thought we were in love, but it didn't. It wasn't love, it was manipulation. And when she felt scorned, that was it. She cursed me to the city. I cannot leave, and she cannot leave her realm of shadows.
Camel looks
Okay.
over to Alice. I don't know curses. I barely know magic.
It would be a grave cost. But as I turn my gaze back to Ku, I have battled demons, creatures of the night, leeches who would suck reality's life out of our very veins. It is fitting that I should help you then. I will not lie to you all, it will be difficult. I do not even know that I could succeed. But I think I owe it to try.
If I may, since we're using the power of friendship and everything, there were like multiple pedestals behind the gallery wall, so maybe we can find something there.
A binding spot, that would be... Would you be so... Faye, you do have a tendency. Illusions out in the open. Would it be safe for you to attend a party, though, friend?
I mean, he's cool now. Just, we all stay chill. Or maybe get a little fancy. I take Ku through the frame or whatever, and then we can find something to fix him.
Good call. I should think that we should hide ourselves from Morrigan's gaze, but that will take a moment. But we could stop at my apartment, get dressed, since And I just gesture at with the boxers. Perhaps we might need a few more adornments before we head to this event.
Camden, can you stop this gentleman if they were to start raging out? Because again, I said it, I'm all for finding solutions, but not gonna willingly just let him walk into the city without at least a way of knowing that he can be stopped a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest with all of yous. Phoenix, I'm in agreement. I don't know if bringing him directly into the city, let alone a crowded party, is gonna be the right idea, but Trap, if you think there's something behind that mirror, we got in and out before. I'll go in with you again. We keep him at the sanctum, keep him under lock and key for now. It'll be safer in the long run.
Maybe we can make a distraction, kind of clear the room. I don't know if we can take 3 people.
Kukulane, was it? That's your name?
He nods.
If we want to help you, how about you show that we can trust you? Tell me your weaknesses. Sure, you don't want to hurt people. If you tell me your weaknesses, tell me how I could stop you. Sure, it would be in our benefit for both of us.
He pauses for a moment. Just don't get me upset.
Yeah. I'm talking about if a situation were to happen where you do get upset, because that's not within our control. What could be in our control is getting you to not physically reach people. There must be something. I mean, I know wolves have certain weaknesses, but maybe your fury makes you special. I don't know. I'm grabbing at strands here. But surely there's something.
When I'm about to rage, all I can think about is her. This plague. I see my veins. And I see blood running through, but it's dark. It's dark. And the claws, they are venomous. Nothing feels natural. But all I can think about is her. I hear the echoes of crows in my head. The fluttering of those wings. Everything. It just... I can't control it. I don't know what else to tell you.
How do you snap out of it?
I don't
At
think
the end of it,
It's once I destroy something. Doesn't matter what. Once I feel that satisfaction. And then that's when the crows stop, the caws stop. That's when it all ends.
Cam just shakes their head. There's no way to stop them. We can't do that. Bloodshed is the only way to stop. You're right.
Well, then, fully knowing that you might hurt people, you still want to go and give it a shot to break your curse.
I'm going to place a hand on Phoenix's arm. You are surrounded by some of the finest that this city has to offer. I mean it. If you mean to harm an innocent, and I swear on my care for Phoenix, I will put you down should an innocent come under your claws.
Look, all I have to do is just touch him again. Like sleepy time tea, these mitts.
Then touch him you will.
That did. I feel like it helped a bit.
Worst comes to worst, I'm sure Silver also still does something to you.
True, Fey magic to counteract Fey magic. Trap, I hate to admit it, but you are once again our expert here.
I mean, you can admit it again.
No,
No,
we won't.
Listen, the expert is talking, okay? I'm just saying, again, same thing, just a little, it's not even just a little calm down. If you want, I'll just stay glued to him. That'll be easy. And then we go in, we come out, and then free coup. Hashtag free coup.
An unusual incantation, you will have to show me such a thing later, this hashtag, but are we in agreement? I could get in my car, pull us into the sanctum, hopefully prepare us for this evening.
Sounds good to me.
Let's give you a shot.
Camden will look at Pukalane. Is that what you want? Because I'm going to be honest with you, brother. It's either this or you down.
When you bring me there, if you bring me back there, that will bring me to her. She controls that realm.
Then maybe it is wiser for Trap and Camden to go in there. For you to stay back with us, Alice and me.
We did it before. Do it again.
That's to not bring you into her domain.
Finn, stop making that face.
I think that will be best. Yes.
Okay. Settled then. We all go there, but Camden and Trap go inside.
Cam kind of nods and stands and like pushes both hands, like heels of the hands into the eyes and their hands like over their head. Oh, okay. That's a nice big target on my back now.
Well, you're halfway to being a wizard at this point. We'll just need to get you a robe and ceremonial swords.
Wizards have swords?
We do.
Oh, she has
yes,
a huge
for
one.
ceremonial purpose.
What's a ceremonial
stupid, huh?
sword?
Only
Not
used for
this
special
crowd.
occasions. Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
special private occasions.
She just
What, it's
buries her
true.
hand.
no, I think I don't think you guys use swords. I thought you guys use scissors.
That would be
I
kind of
just say to
stupid
the
for a
seraphim,
wizard,
can we
right?
please go to my sanctuary?
Yep. I think as we're headed back, MC, is there a chance for Cam to pull Kukulane aside for a moment?
Yes. As the four of you are walking out of the alley back onto the streets past the harbor, you take a step back with Kukulane, who's kind of walking with his head down in this rain.
I think Cam's probably given up their big coat to sort of help cover him.
Right,
They're about the same size, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not that much of a stretch.
In a coat and some boxer shorts, he walks.
That's fine. Get your coat clothes. She's in the interest of honest. Called me to find she technically the one.
Oh. You're cutting out a bit, Laura, actually, for some reason.
Oh no. In the interest of honesty,
Better.
she was the one watching my territory. I'm sticking my neck out for you. Hope you know that.
I thank you for that. And perhaps once all of this is done, I can offer protection for your territory.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. Just I know that we are not the same. I wouldn't say I came upon my curse willingly, but probably a little more willingly than you did. But it's like Alice said. If you turn, if you try to hurt people, that's it.
Yeah. I get it. Just... if it comes to that, just do it.
Silva?
Yeah.
Me too. And Cam will kind of reach up and like clap him on the shoulder.
The five of you make your way back to the sanctum. Ashley greets you at the door.
Ashley, dear boy, would you mind finding this gentleman a fit of clothes? This is like, I imagine like Kukulane just like at the height of like the door frame.
Yep.
Just
Uh,
himself.
I'm actually looking up at him like a little surprised, but nonetheless, we should have some fixings for him. And he goes and grabs some clothes, some nicer clothes. I suppose the four of you may also need some additional it's been raining, and you all look rather drenched.
Always with manners, this one. Yes, we'll need something ceremonial, formal. We have an event to attend, not company I wish to keep in, so please bring out the baneful dressings for me in particular.
Ceremonial is not the same as formal, sweetie. It's not.
It is if you are of a circle.
You're gonna show
I'll-
up in your wizard robes?
How
Yeah.
else would I show up?
Informal
Oh, you forgot your
wear.
pointy hat.
Okay.
That is
I'm
formal
the
for
pointy
wizards,
hat.
clearly.
She looks gorgeous in the pointy hat, though. I will say.
I'll have somebody from the pack run something over. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Thanks.
Heavens, Betsy, I think to dress you all in the finest, and here I am being told pointy hats are inaccessible for this sort of event. Oh, and I'm just gonna flump down on my antique couch with a sigh.
That's it. Okay. You know what? You do you, sweetheart.
Just in the background, you see Phoenix like flumping down on the side of the chair, like picking up her hand and kissing it and saying like stuff like, "Oh no, you know that you look amazing in the pointy hat. Like, don't listen to them and stuff." Like,
Do these two
What?
know
I
that it's
agree.
legal?
You all grab your formal attire for the evening. Perhaps just dry yourselves off from the rain. Give yourself a bit of time, about an hour, until the gala this evening starts. Any other things that you're looking to grab or get ready to prepare before you head over to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum for the evening?
I would, if possibly, to like pull Camden aside just for a little tete-a-tete. Listen, I know we had our conversation earlier and about how she's trapped in the mirror, painting, whatever, da 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 da, but we didn't see her in there. I didn't have that fuck ass crow on my shoulder. And I just want to give it a shot. And I would like to cash in my debt, please.
Oh.
Ooh.
So what is it that you're looking to do by cashing in your debt?
For Camden to help me get Koo into the portrait at the gallery.
Uh-huh. So my understanding is you are looking to get him through the portrait
Mm-hmm.
so that you can actually go through with this thing with the Morrigan.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That,
Through lies.
yes. So Camden.
Yeah.
Those words that were previously eaten. You recognize that trap. That trap is speaking to you in a manner that they need your help. And you know you need to help them. Something calls to you to help.
Why are you so determined to get them through that portal?
Because I know what I need to get things done. We saw there were magical artifacts in the place. And maybe it can make things a little bit easier for him.
If you weren't calling in your fucking debt, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself.
I mean, maybe later, but I'm serious now. This is serious trap now. This is trapeze fully asking you.
It's not fair, you know? She watches my terror. It's part of the reason why we haven't had the same problems that we did a couple of years back, but she takes, and she takes, and she takes. I guess
It'll
I
be
was
one
hoping there
less.
was a way to break out of it.
Look, we still have a life here. We'll get it figured out, and hopefully there's something in there that'll help him.
Like I said, I don't much of a choice. Your debt will be answered.
Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it.
Something about this, Cam, feels a bit unsettling in the pits of your stomach, but you know that you need to help Trep. And so, yes, you will honor this debt.
That is the unfortunate thing about magic. It binds.
And as you all get yourselves ready to head out to this evening event, we will take a short break. And in about 10 minutes, everybody, we will return for our second half to see how the evening fares. What happens with Cuchulainn, what happens to our four, and see if any other debts are incurred for the evening. So don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. So see you in just a bit. BRB. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our second half of our finale of Urban Shadows, the Shattered Underground. Hope you've been enjoying so far. Hope you've been enjoying our little Urban Shadows game as we delve deeper into the end. I would like to take us back to where we were at the Sanctum, getting everything ready, getting everybody ready for the gala this evening at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, where you started your session. My question for you all is, who has the mirror, and who it will be, if at all, dare I ask, what will you all be doing with that lovely mirror that you gathered?
Who's the most responsible out of all of us?
Chap, do you wanna hold on to it? Because I know it kind of camel like.
I mean, I
make
could put it
little,
in a
like,
bag
chomp.
or something. Yeah, it'll.
You want me to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Alice hold on to it? I truly feel like she's the most responsible. I might be biased, but then again, I do feel like she's
No.
the most responsible.
You
I
do
mean,
flatter me,
it is
Phoenix,
her
but we will
house.
not be going into the portal. Here, let me get you a bag to carry that in. And she's gonna pull out, and I'm doing a bit. She's just gonna produce a coffin, little coffin. Here, put it in this. It's a little heavy, but I think it should go with the fashion of the evening. It
Didn't
would
you
make
put
that
popcorn in
wretched
that thing?
elite. No, I keep mice in there, actually.
You hear little
Don't worry,
squeaks.
they vacated for the evening. Gentlemen, I will need you to vacate. We do need to borrow your house for a moment.
Squeak, squeak, and you scurry out.
You know what? I can hold on to it, and Camel put on a pair of like motorcycle gloves, just so they're not touching anything with their bare hands, because that seems to be where we run into problem. That's a lesson that you learn from D&D kids. Don't ever touch cursed items with your bare hands, unless you want to cause problems.
You put on the gloves and grab the mirror, and it doesn't attach to your arm or anything like that. As a safety, just in case, Alice, you hold on to the coffin box just in case something were to happen. You have a fail-safe place to put the mirror, but Cam, you are able to hang on to the mirror for the time being without any issues.
Maybe it was a one and done.
Any other things you want to grab or prepare for before heading out for the evening?
I'm going to don my robe and wizard hat, but I'm also going to bring the ceremonial sword with me.
I just want to make a mechanical. Actually, so I have a trigger as the Fae. When you break a promise or tell an outright lie, mark corruption. Trap had said that they saw multiple items in behind the portrait when they didn't. That is an outright lie. I am marking corruption.
Thank you, Trap, for keeping track of your corruption. How many corruption have you taken in our 3
2.
episodes? Just 2. Okay, so when you take 2 corruption, and perhaps you make sure you may know better than me even, of you can level up. Take +1 to any stat. Max +3.
Ooh, scary.
So that
I'm not
is.
sure because I don't know if you fill out the entire track first.
Maybe you do have to fill out the entire track because
I do believe so.
that would be tough if like you got like
Yeah.
So for everybody's info, okay, so you take 2 corruption, you fill it up to 5, and if you fill that corruption up to 5, then you take +1 to any stat, and you get those benefits, which are nice, but then you start taking these corruption moves, and if you continue to do more and more corruption, your character will basically become an NPC, and so they get retired. So it's nice, but also comes at a cost. Okay, so you have 2 corruption so far. Um, yes.
I think for the rest, preparation-wise, indeed, it's nothing to touch on. But as Alice goes up to get their wizard robes and hat and sword, I think the sword comes from a place where Phoenix also stashes some things, and they will come back down with a smaller bag that would look like a handbag or something that they strap around their back.
And Phoenix, so what are you? Remind me, what are you carrying in that, if anything?
Carrying some weapons.
Okay.
Carrying, gun, whip, chain.
Got it.
So it jingles a little bit.
Anything else that anybody needs to do, grab, prepare?
Can I steal?
Would you like to steal from the sanctum?
Yes.
You may. What are you looking to steal? You obviously notice many things.
I'm looking for a silver weapon, possibly like a dagger or a dirk.
You could just ask me. You realize
No,
you
where's
could
the fun in
ask.
that?
Alice, do you have
You are giving
any?
these-
What silver items do you have throughout your sanctum?
Then because I love you, I'm going to give you the worst option possible. I think you actually wander into Alice's bedroom and you see by her personal altar, she's got like a intricate, it looks antique, like passed down from wizard to wizard dagger.
Oh, not a silver athame. Oh no. I would hate to take yoink. It just takes it.
Oh no, it fell into my bag. Meanwhile, Alice is like helping like
no.
Phoenix with their face, just like, there you are, just trapped.
Thank you, lesbian.
I'm debating if that counts as no, you didn't get caught. So you don't have to lie. So you don't have to take any more corruption. But at some point, Alice may notice. And that's where it may become a problem. But right now, they're too distracted. Okay, so we have a silver dagger. We have weapons. Everybody is dressed up for the evening. What's the fit check for everybody? How are we feeling for this gala this evening? Does anybody dress up extravagantly, or are you trying to keep a bit more just like general formal attire?
So you know the cover of Stevie Nicks' Edge of 17 album?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. That is what Alisan has dressed as. But in addition, if you're familiar with the game Dark Souls, and the character Big Hat Logan, she's wearing a massive wizard's hat, like white lace, tinkling gems, like she is glittering. She is a walking disco ball.
Oh, I love that.
Next to that, not really that complimentary. Phoenix is dressed up in like a 3-piece pinstripe suit. That's a little bit bigger.
Very nice.
That's my butch. That's my butch.
Cam is dressed. It is practical, but still stylish enough to make it into a party. It's just a black jumpsuit with like a little leather harness and like a really nice like leather motor jacket. Very sleek, very chic. The combat boots are even like polished and buffed. And they've got their they've got it. The jacket is big enough to hide some of their accoutrements, so they're kind of they're doing double duty with the outfit tonight.
Trap is dressed like, a rushing frat boy with a nice blazer, a Hawaiian shirt, and khaki shorts.
Wow.
He's straight up having a good time right now.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude, totally, bro. Like, we're gonna see some art. I could have made that.
And Cuculain, honestly, is more on the just wearing a simple suit that Ashley has helped fit him into. It's not quite the right size, but it'll do. As his hair is tied back for the evening. And the five of you head out. And it's still raining, so you get your umbrellas, large umbrellas, and walk not far, as Allison's sanctum is only a few blocks away from the museum. Walking up to the gala, you see a carpet. Everything is over an awning for the rain, as it is just downpouring this evening. And heading into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, you see that it is very well decorated for this evening. It's a beautiful museum, and its most notable visuals is the flora that hangs from many of the rooms. This evening, the lights are dim. It's giving a more evening atmosphere. The gentle sound of string instruments in the background. All of the art and paintings have spotlights and lights shining upon them. You see everybody dressed actually more along the lines of Allison's attire, where it's not just simple formal attire, but everybody seems to be dressed in a more extravagant, I almost want to give like Met Gala, but not quite that level of attire, where people dress more unique than your average formal evening. As the five of you enter into the main lobby, and you hear the music and hors d'oeuvres and drinks being offered, you see a familiar face talking to somebody else, the vampire that you met earlier by the name of Roger. He is dressed very extravagantly this evening as well. A long pinstripe top and bottom, and the coattails go all the way down to the floor.
Okay, slut. I need to out diva him.
We're matching.
Yes. The sleeves on the jacket go all the way over to like his fingers, and you see he has long claws out as he's talking with somebody with his arms stretched out. The claws just gently touching theirs. He doesn't greet you all upon entering, but he does give a glance, acknowledgement that he sees you entering into the room, and then his eyes dart toward the, I believe it was, I have to remember which room it was, the blue room that you all had found yourselves in at the beginning of our story. But he doesn't greet you. He just makes the eyes and the nods and continues his conversation.
I need to hurt his feelings. I need his ego to be crushed and turned into dust. Hey, MC, could I use elementalism to make myself sparkle even more?
Oh, yes, you can. Go ahead and roll. I believe you roll for, spirit. You roll spirit to channel
Let's go.
your wizard moves.
Oh, drop that one. Let's pick it up as it landed. That is a 4, and that is another 4. That is an 8.
8. that is a mixed success. So, you do have a glimmer of sparkle that shines in this room. It shines, and people do notice. People are looking at you, and the glamour catches the eye of many. However, it doesn't quite catch the eye of Roger, who seems enthralled in his own conversation. And as you look over, you see him
Nasty
not
skank.
acknowledging. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but he doesn't make it shown on his face.
Oh my god, they have salmon canapes back there. Can we mingle first?
Of course he's
Nice.
look. Yes, of course, and I'm going to like wrap my arm in yours. Yes, Cam.
No, it's fine. We're not on a deadline or anything. Let's go.
The four of you walk through the museum, and you follow the familiar steps that you did when you got here. It takes you through a large room that is like the main room for this evening, for this museum, the big garden room. That has like multiple ways you can go through to different areas of the museum. And in the main garden room, Trap, this room feels a familiarity to you. This is the room that when you went through to the Court of Shadows, this is where those different pedestals were, where you found that mirror originally. And as the four of you look around, something catches your eye. What you see is, one, you see a pedestal with a mirror. Well, that where the mirror would be. You see the placard that talks about this old mirror from Ireland, and you know where it exactly was from, the year, and nothing is on there currently. There's a little placard that says, you know, item is being taken for polish, or you know, one of those little signs. The other thing you see that catches your eye, and I say all four of you see this, you see another spot of what looks like it is to be a display, but it also says under construction, a little placard. And when you look down at the plaque of where the item should be, you see the name Statue of Cuchulainn. And underneath the description, Irish warrior, hero, demigod, with the year that it was built, 19 or early 1900s or something like that. And it just remains there. Nothing is there, and you see that sign where it says under construction. Just something you notice.
And is that the same room where the frame portal, whatever, is in?
Yes. It's not the room
Okay.
where the frame is. This is like the main hall. This is the room where like the mirror was on display.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. And
Oh, so this is like the material plane version of the room we saw in the portal.
Yes.
So it's different than the museum one we visited back before.
this is a different room than the room you were in. Correct. So if
Okay.
you keep going like north and then you hang a right, that will take you to the blue room where the
Okay.
portrait was, but this is like the main gala hall where you also see other things featured, other art and statues and portraits and things in this room. But those are two things that you specifically notice about this room.
I mean, the guy, Roger, he was a curator here, right?
Yes.
Surely, no, I'm
Oh,
saying
yes.
this to them. Surely he would know where the items were, or at least if they were missing or someone's care.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. I am not going to be here though. I'll be right back. And they start walking backwards, or whatever direction the blue room is in.
Okay. You head toward the blue room. And it's not far. It's a quick walk down the hall. You hang a right and you see the room with that familiar gold portrait with the missing picture.
Is anybody else like in the room?
There was a couple in here. They take a couple of minutes. And this room really doesn't have much to offer. You look, you see the portrait. Okay, somebody stole it, and then you leave. So they're there for a minute or two after you enter, and they take their leave.
All right. As soon as they leave, I would like to use glamours to put an under construction banner across the room door opening.
Okay, you put that under construction sign in the front.
I think Ham watches where Trap wanders off to. But then they stop in front of the pedestal that shows Cuchulainn, Irish warrior. Kind of tips their head. That's awful presumptuous of her.
Cuchulainn actually walks up behind and looks at this as well. So this is where I'm meant to be displayed. This is where I'm meant to be. Perhaps that would be for the best. I would be here and wouldn't be harming anybody. I would just be a statue.
I mean, it's your decision.
Is this what I am? Am I just her prize?
I must say, I could not imagine a fate worse than being frozen in time, forced to watch life go on without you. Call me a coward if you would, but I would pick the blade were I in your stead.
I do not know. I do not know what the right path is. Maybe that is the better option than to just be a prize, to be observed, to be watched, to watch everybody in their lives walk by, and I just remain here. Perhaps that is what we do. I do not wish to be her prize.
Okay, bud. Well, if you've made the decision you don't want to become a statue, that's your decision. I mean, there are stories and myths of statues coming to life. Surely there could have been a story of someone turning into a statue. But since you don't want that happening, how about, since you're gonna stick with Atlas and me, tonight, while our other two friends go fix the problem and try to find an object to use to break your curse, we could go grab you a drink. I'm sure it's been a while since you've been under light company.
Phoenix, dear, we must not speak as if the future has been laid out in cards yet. We are going to get these figured out. You have a wizard's word on that, but I will admit they made a good point. A drink would be quite welcome, and it would hopefully draw the ire of that leech away from your goals. And I nod at Cam and Trap.
Oh, it ain't there.
Oh, yeah. Trap is elsewhere, which you all notice, by the way. At this point, you look over, Alice, you're ready to, like, nod at Cam and Trap is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
You were watching it. Where did it go?
Not sure.
Oh, heavens.
I think it's a good idea for us to go talk to whoever, even that vampire, to kind of keep them busy. The more people we keep busy.
Roger, was it? Yes,
Roger.
let's play distraction.
Come on then, big guy.
He nods.
Just two parents and their big son.
The two of you head toward Roger. Cam, what would you like to do?
Cam's gonna watch them walk off and then slip towards the blue room.
Okay. Alice and Phoenix, you both walk over to Roger, who is just finishing his conversation with a woman who is very well dressed, and she does one of those, like, as she finishes talking and sees you walk over, she makes like a glance and walks away. And he turns and looks at the two of you. Oh, I see you've brought the latest installation. Thank you. And he looks to Cuculain. We were waiting for this one.
We did none of the sword, but...
Oh.
You...
Is that
There's a
not
new-
why you brought this lovely, tall statue into...
Not a statue, a person. Not a statue.
Look, are any of us really deep down people? Maybe you are,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
but
What's the point you're gonna make?
we
I'll
all
let
have
you make it.
we all have a greater purpose, and this one was meant to be displayed for the world to see and admire forever. Here in my museum.
Okay, see, we were coming here for some polite conversation. If your obsession goes that far, maybe you should make a new pedestal and we could make statues out of a few other people, you know? Oracles are nice to look at as well.
The Oracle of Delphi does have a lovely look about her, that's true.
Perhaps wards as well. I heard that they make great statues.
Oh,
But
sure.
we will not be throwing daggers at each other verbally here for the entire evening. Look, I assume I'm happy you accepted my invitation, and I assume you brought the item that was taken from me. Not this one, but the other thing.
Oh, absolutely. Our dearest friends were seeing to it that it is returned, and I'd like to use Trinket, and I would love to pull out a clove of garlic, just to have. I just pull it. I don't even need Trinket for this. I put this in my bra beforehand. I'm just gonna right in his face. Just
You see, like, the absolute, like, the the retching a bit of what is that foul odor.
Apologies, I just need to touch up my perfume. Did you want a bit? As I reach my hand out.
Absolutely not. And I will not have another absolutely repulsive thing in my place of beauty. Please. You are a guest.
Oh, by all means, I didn't realize a guest could freshen herself without garnering such offense. Such poor hosting.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure all three of us are blessed to be here. Honestly, truly.
Well, look, I appreciate that you all, and I assume, well, yes, I did see your friends walk in as well. I hope that they are also enjoying themselves. Enjoy your evening, is what I would like to say as a accommodating host. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for delivering such fine gifts on behalf of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. And I'm sure that there will be debts and favors to be returned. And I will go ahead and overlook this current harm that has been placed upon me and make sure it's not something that comes back to bite any of us down the line. How about that? There are patrons of this establishment that are higher up than me. I will leave it at that. And when they are insulted, it becomes a lot worse. I can take a petty squabble here and there, but you don't want to do that to the owners of this establishment.
Again, it also wasn't the intention to come here for a petty squabble, truly. Like, I was ready to just have a normal conversation. You had to go calling someone a person, a being, a statue, and that kind of pissed me off. But, like, other than that, I don't have any beef with you. So, sure, whatever. We'll leave it at that.
Look, I don't make the rules. I'm just a curator of art. And when I see art, I make sure that it is displayed to the best of its ability. And that is at least what the owner of this establishment wants.
Yeah. I'm sure you could do that if this wasn't a living, breathing person, being. That would be way easier, right? But alas, not like that. So, yeah, this conversation didn't go the way I thought it would. Maybe we can find some more pleasant conversation, people, you know.
You know, I'm quite parched. Perhaps we should leave our work of art, as it were, and go take our friend here for some drinks. And I'm gonna just give Ku a very reassuring squeeze, and let's mosey on over to the punch bowl.
Roger just turns from you all without saying a proper goodbye and walks toward another individual to speak with them as the three of you exit. And we go over to Camden, who, as you're making your way to the blue room, you see signs under construction at the door.
Well, I absolutely ignore that.
You walk right past those yellow tape and see Trap. Trap, what have you been up to in this time?
They, which people seldom see, are surprisingly stoic. They're still in thinking. Their eyes are kind of fixated in direction of the portrait, but not necessarily looking at it. It's just no one's here, unmasked, just in the head.
And that's what you see, Camden. An empty room with Trap just staring at this blank portrait.
Cam's gonna walk up and just like stand beside it, sort of arms crossed, staring at the portrait portal.
Oh, God. Snuck up on me. Oh. So are you enjoying the thing, the stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's everything I could possibly fucking want.
Really?
That is the look you get. It is a
Oh, see. I thought you were telling the truth. I can only tell the truth, so my bad.
Really?
I can't read faces or sarcasm.
you only tell the truth, huh?
Yeah.
Then tell me true. Trap, what do you want?
I mean, in the grand big scheme of things, nobody wants to be fucking burdened. And just trying to help.
Help yourself.
I didn't say who.
All right.
You look pensive or constipated.
Thanks.
All right, well, I'll let you figure that out. I'm gonna Google if dogs can have laxatives. Maybe you can pretend to enjoy yourself.
It's a little hard when we might be throwing someone back into their cage.
Well, I don't know if that's metaphorical or not. And they give Cam just a quick tap on the shoulder before leaving. And as they leave, I would like to use shape change. Not shape change. I'm so sorry. Wrong move. I felt so confident saying the wrong thing. I meant to say, where is it? I just saw it. Oh no! I wish I was more prepared. I just saw the thing. What was it called?
Was it
Damn.
Bedlam? No.
Not Bedlam. There's one in particular that lets you change it to somebody you just touched. And I
Oh.
You're
cannot
stealing
find
my
it
fucking face?
Don't worry about it. You're hot.
Oh,
Oh, it's a let it out move. There it is.
Ah, yes. Okay. Ah, appear as someone you have previously touched. So you are going to let it out, and I have to remember what happens when you do that. You don't take
I need
corruption
to.
for it, do you?
No. I don't think so. Let me see. We have the book right here.
Yes. Hold on. It's not in my little GM screen. I thought it would be.
That's interesting.
Faction. Let it out. When you you have to roll spirit. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Okay. So go ahead and roll spirit.
That is an 8.
8. So that is a partial success. So as you touch Camden, you take their face, but not the rest of them, and it's still your body.
Am I going to see this?
You notice this as Trap is leaving. It startles you actually. You thought you're like, this is not a mirror that you're looking into. You see your face on Trap's body.
Gonna reach out and grab them by the arm.
Hey!
That's mine.
Is it? I mean, intellectual property kind of goes to like, whoever files a trademark, right?
Yeah, no, we can call in a lawyer later if you want.
Fun.
Don't take shit that
Just
doesn't
like
belong to you.
just scrunches their face like they're taking off like a mask or a peel. It just pockets the skin and they're just back to themselves.
Oh God. Oh, that's unsettling. Gross. That's Laura saying that. I'm pretty sure Cam doesn't. Cam's probably seen worse. But you really want to push him through that portal?
Yeah, I do.
This is why you never trust the.
You kind of said it like a slur, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you called me a dog earlier, so I think fair's fair.
I mean, you are, right? I mean, that's not offensive.
You said it like a slur earlier.
You're so funny, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking
Look.
hilarious.
Are you gonna help me or not?
Hey, MC,
Yes.
what happens when you break a debt?
Oh, so if you when you refuse to honor a debt, roll with the difference in status between you and your creditor. On a hit, you weasel out of the obligation for now, but you do still owe a debt. On a 7 to 9, you owe them an additional debt. Or mark corruption, your choice. On a miss, you can't avoid the noose. Either honor the debt in full or erase all debts owed to you by their circle and take a -1 ongoing status with their circle until time passes. Jeez. Okay. So you both have to roll. So roll with this difference in status between you and your creditor. So I'm like, what status?
I've got one blip in night.
Yes. And I'm going to say, okay, so the thing is, Trap is part of the wild. So my thought is you owe a debt to them. So you both roll wild. You roll with
Okay.
your whatever status you have between you and you both would roll with your status in wild.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Or you roll with the difference in status. So this is worded weirdly. I may not be getting this correctly. So let me know if you guys think this sounds right. When you roll, when you refuse to honor a debt, roll with the difference in status between you and your creditor. With the difference in status between you and your creditor.
Yeah, that does say status.
Yes.
I would think you look at the status underneath the circle where you could have like little 3 dots filled in.
Yes.
I think you look at how much Camden has, how much Trap has,
and you
so
do the
Camden
math.
being like, yeah, you do the math, and then it's gonna be a plus or a minus, whatever, and that's the number you add to your roll or subtract.
Okay.
Subtract from
That
your roll.
sounds more right.
So
people
probably
doing
Trap is
math?
gonna have more than
Jesus.
Camden, so
Right.
that would
Oh, yeah.
mean that he will have minus something to his roll, probably.
So what I have in circles, I've got 0 in Mortalis, 1 in night with a blip in status, -1 in power with nothing in status. For wild, I have 1 with nothing in status.
And how much would Trap Vid have underneath like the wild one in status?
I have 1 blip in status.
So you both have 1. So
I think
that
that
would just
cancels
cancel out.
out. So you technically
Yeah.
don't roll with a penalty.
Oh,
No.
no, not the circle. So I have like a 0 in Mortalis, 0 status, a -1 in night with 0 status, like the little boxes at the bottom. 1 in power, no status, and then 1 in wild with 1 status. So
Yeah.
would that mean a -1 to the roll because of it? Because they say
I think
difference.
it's-
That's a weird phrasing.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
difference. So because you both have 1 blimp in status underneath wild, I would say that
Gotcha. So
equals
it's a
out.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since it's a
Okay.
debt owed to the wild, which is Trep's circle,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So you actually cancel out. So you don't have to roll any penalty. So let's see what you roll.
Because, for example, if I were to do that against Trap, I would be at a disadvantage because I don't have. Coincidentally, Laura has like a blimp in status there. I
Yeah.
don't. So I would have a
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a 9.
A 9. On a 7 to
Oof.
9, you owe them an additional debt or mark corruption, your choice. So you can so you will successfully refuse to honor this debt, but you will owe Trap another debt, or you can mark corruption.
I
You know
will
what you
take that
gotta do.
corruption.
Yep.
I would do the same. I would absolutely do the same. So you refuse.
And it's uncomfortable. Debts and promises, I'm assuming in this world, bind with magic. So it feels a bit like pulling a big splinter out.
Do I feel that break?
You do feel the break, Trap. You feel a shatter in the words that were agreed upon, the words that you took, that Camden, the words that he ate. It is now shattered.
See? And all you had to do was not try to steal my face.
That sucks. It tastes like you threw up in my mouth.
Oh, that's what you get.
All right. You know what? This is fine. This is great. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
All right. Well, I have a dog to catch. Unoffensive, not you. Just those little magic fingers and exits.
Trap, you exit. Camden,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
The portal, is it open?
You can't tell if it's open or not. You do see the room feels cold again, the same way it felt cold the last time you were here.
I'm gonna step through the portrait.
You step through the portrait. Go ahead and roll me spirit.
Seven?
7. You begin to step through the painting or the blank portrait, go through this portal, and you feel your body begin to shift into it. And it doesn't quite feel right this time. It hurts a little bit. You take 1 harm. As you're spiraling, your stomach drops as you're spiraling through this portal. You see the tendrils again, the shadows all around you, pulling you into this realm. And you see it again. The air is thicker. You see little specks in the air. But you're here. You're in their realm.
Morrigan.
It takes a minute. And
I'll call 3 times if I have to.
you do again. And again. And then you hear the caw, the crow. You see the feathers shift and shape, and then you see her. A weird, kind of not fully there, her form at this point, but you see the long raven hair, the feathers that surround her in her form, half in and half out at this point, but you see her face looking at you. I see. You've brought it back. And she points with her feathered finger down to your hand in your side, the mirror that you were holding on to. That belongs to me.
Yes, it does. How badly do you want it back?
Well, it served its purpose, didn't it? You brought him here.
Only for you to put a collar around his neck again.
You don't understand. And that's okay. You've not lived nearly as long as I have.
Then explain it to me. How you can take another creature and twist them into servitude.
It is not. No. You see, the Hound and I, we have danced this dance before. He is not so innocent either. He has waged wars in my home. He deserves this fate. He continues to harm others, to hurt others, and oh, sure, perhaps I had just a little something to do with that. But it doesn't take back all of the lives he took in our home all those years ago. Every time he stirs, cities burn. And despite him being such a great warrior, he defied me, spurned me. He chose his battles over me. His choice over my embrace, and these centuries pass. He still chooses that. If you bring him back here, no, he will not. He will not harm anybody else. He will be a work of art, beauty. And his legend will live on for every patron that walks through this museum. I don't see that as such a terrible fate. It's better than all of the crimes that he's committed in the past. Look, you, your circle, those of the night, your territory, your pack, it'll never truly be safe. If you do this, I will protect you. I will protect Boston. I will protect your friends.
that you need a hound?
I just want him to be in a place where he can no longer harm anybody else.
The harm is not his choice. The harm comes from the rage, from the curse. What if you give it to somebody else?
Why would anybody else want a fate that's not theirs?
Because if I don't do it, if I don't give you what you want, then the protection for my territory is forfeit. But if I give you something else, then there is still a wolf out there, a strong wolf, that can make sure my pack survives.
What is it that you bring to me, Camden? You offer yourself instead of Cuchulainn.
If it means there will be no more bloodshed, if it means that someone who was tormented centuries can have some semblance of a life again. A hound for a hound.
Honorable, yes. But I just don't understand. You have not done nearly half of the cruel things that he has done. Why would you make this choice? To protect your territory? Is that really all?
Protect my territory. Protect the people who live therein. And let's be honest, we know that power is the only currency in these realms.
You see a smile on her face. Yes, these are the choices I live for, truly. It's as if I didn't even have to ask for this one. You see your friend Trap. I just made a few whispers in their ear, offering to free debt, to wipe that slate clean. I think it almost took that one. If that didn't work, I was ready to offer something to the lovers. Their own protections and freedoms. But no, instead you come here offering yourself. Honorable. Yes. And you see her shift back into her full form. And you see her elegant features, the long black dress, the trail of feathers in her wake as she walks through this realm. It's as if everything just bows slightly to her as she walks past it toward you and looks down. The mirror, please.
Cam will hand it over.
She takes the mirror. And before we see what happens next, we head back to Trap. You exit the room, walk back into the main room where you find Phoenix and Alice standing with Cuculain over by the drinks.
They're also probably mid conversation where ever since they left the conversation with Roger, Phoenix would chime in, say, okay, clearly I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming that the entire museum had Morgan as a patron. That genuinely a surprise. Did not know that.
No,
Did not think that would happen.
I will admit, I think we walked into something bigger than we expected.
Idea, point here made to both of you. Looking straight at Alice, but looking up at Cuculain. Yeah. Maybe change of plans. We go inform the others that we should get out of here with him. Because if the entire museum has Morgan as a patron, maybe, and there's a lovely pedestal right there for him. Maybe it wasn't the smartest idea to bring him here.
I will concede your wisdom on this point. Dear friend, I'm going to reach into my little coffin bag and produce some manner of object, something that could be used as a weapon. He's a wolf, but look, it's the thought that matters. It's the mom instinct. Take this with you. Flee as far as you can. We will find you. I will make contact with you.
He nods. He takes it and begins to make his exit.
You should see where Trap and Camden have gotten themselves. I dread to think what the Morrigan could have gotten up to while we spoke with that dreadful beast.
So what do I see coming in, like, into the...
You see Cuculain heading toward the exit away from Alice and Phoenix.
I think what they do is they take a couple steps back and then, like, really ruffle and shuffle up their hair, give them a couple of scratches, and then run up to Ku. Okay, give me a second. But, Cam jumped into the... I'm sorry, I don't want to swear. Politely jumped into the goddamn portrait and can't get out. And I will mark corruption because this is a lie. I don't know this.
What?
She needs our help.
Be damned, that noble... Quickly now, all of us. Ku, you do not have to come if you wish. I know this is a terrible place. It could bind you.
We we shouldn't bring him into the blue room. Should stick to the plan. We'll looking at Trap, we'll explain it. But yeah, looking at Ku, just run. Whatever Alice said.
Trap is defiant and tugging anyway, like with this extra urgency.
No, I should go
Just
with
tugging
you.
on Mom's sleeve.
Yeah, like they're not doing anything to pull this guy along, but it is like, come on, we gotta go.
Fuck,
You
this is
are
not
just
the moment to be a
wall of
hero.
Flesh. And then it's
It's like trying to pull a mountain.
yeah.
I will not let any of you be harmed on my behalf. We go get Camden. And I think we should just end this like we agreed upon.
We're wasting time. We're wasting time. We gotta go.
Gods, your mind changes like the winds. Whatever, your decision.
Still, we will not let you pass into her bondage. This I swore, and that promise I will keep. But Trap is right. We should hurry along.
Okay. Let's go back. You all head back toward the blue room. Walk past the now tattered construction tape, and you do not see Camden.
And Trap is actually surprised by that.
I was gonna say, Trap, you're like, oh.
Trap's just surprised Pikachu.
This
So-
is convenient.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, I don't want to. Come on, and then start clamoring in with an arm out for Ku.
So you are
Loose
going.
could do, we can do.
Are you going to bring Ku with you?
Yes.
Okay. And Alice and Phoenix, are you also going to join and let Trap take Ku in?
Someone has to supervise them.
Okay. Okay, so all four of you heading into the portrait. Everybody roll spirit.
Actually, MC, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I use a dish best served now with my spirit roll?
When you commit to enacting revenge on behalf of someone wronged by another, gain +1 ongoing against the target of that vengeance. For every scene which you not pursue vengeance after committing to it, suffer 1 harm. So what is it that you're looking to do with this?
Since we're all going in, and it's pretty much prep for battle.
That
or
makes
fisticuffs, as it were.
that makes sense. Yes.
Hella. And that's a 5 on my spirit roll.
Okay. This hurts a little bit, Trap. You take 1 harm going through the portal. Alice and Phoenix, what do you both roll?
A 9, so mixed success.
Stinky ol' 11.
Alice, this actually it feels unsettling for you. You feel like your stomach drop and it doesn't feel great, but it doesn't harm you. Phoenix, you also take 1 harm going through this, as this is your first time experiencing something like this, and all of your insides just feel icky, and it hurts. But the 4 of you make it through into this realm of shadow, banished to the shadow realm. And you see the same
That's it,
visuals.
that's the game.
Yeah, and that's it. And you're stuck there forever at the end. You see the same visuals. The museum itself. And what you now see in front of you is Camden standing in front of a woman who's even taller than them in this form. She stands with a long black dress of feathers, and in her hand, she looks into the mirror. You're not sure what's going on at this time. But is there anything any of you would like to do?
Does Camden
With Camden's
actually look
permission.
forward?
Both of us. Just here you go first, Earrings.
Does Camden actually look hurt?
Camden doesn't look hurt, no. But
They are
you...
standing with their shoulders squared, like dead on with the Morrigan.
You see her about to look into the mirror.
My focus will be on the little shit Fae, so
Oh, me?
Alice can do whatever. Because Cam doesn't look hurt. Cam doesn't look like he's fighting. So Alice can do what Alice wants to. I was waiting for the moment that you shit-faced liar.
If Camden is all right with it, I would like to use some shielding on Camden to get between them and the Morrigan to cut off their connection, disrupt this ritual.
You can. Go ahead and roll spirit for that, I believe.
What? What if Camden is not willing to
Or
take the shield?
mind. So Alice, you roll mind, and Cam, you roll spirit to contest against each other.
During these contested rolls, not a move, but like they're going to scamper over to the Morgan. I feel like with this low roll, they don't keep their like mortally form, so it's back to that hyena fur puka.
Ah, okay, you're going to go into that form. Yes.
Mhm.
You scamper toward the Morgan.
Narratively, since my focus was on our little Fae friend, as you begin to scamper off, turning into an animal, I would, at that point, like, take my whip out and try to snatch you away. And the whip is made out of iron. And it's bladed.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Not the extendo leash!
Back your boy.
Go ahead and roll blood for that, Phoenix. Alice and Cam, what did you both roll?
2 5s, plus my bonus, that is a 12.
Ooh.
I got an 11.
Oh my god. That is so damn close. But Cam, you feel you've seen this magic before that Allison has done to create that shield blocking you and the Morrigan, and it actually kind of blocks her looking into the mirror, as that is where the ritual is beginning. And you try to block this, but you can't quite reach out and grab that mirror, grab that shield, or break the shield. So as she looks into the mirror, something stops. She doesn't look completely, like, startled by this. She keeps her composure, and her eyes dart outward and then down, looking toward Trap, who, I'm curious, Phoenix, what you rolled on your blood roll.
I definitely did roll an 11. But I don't know how... Yeah, I'm looking through the moves. And I don't know how this, like, harm-wise works, like... Yeah.
What kind of... is this made of iron, by chance?
Oh, okay, yeah. When you turn to violence, roll with blood. On a hit, you inflict harm as established, and your opposition chooses 1. On a 10+, you also choose something else. Okay, yeah, so Vin gets to choose 1 of they inflict harm on you, they put you in a bad spot, or they create an opening to flee? Huh?
Interesting.
I think it works like that.
Okay.
Your opposition chooses 1,
Yes.
and then on a 10+, you also choose 1.
Okay.
I
If that's the case, then
think.
Yeah, let's wait for the official ruling.
Yes.
And then on a 10 plus, you also choose one, and then I can choose you inflict terrible harm. I don't know what the difference is. You take something from them, or you create an opportunity for an ally.
Okay. Okay. So, yes. So, Trap, you can choose because Phoenix rolled an 11. Do you want to take harm? Do you want to be put in a bad spot? Or do you want an opening to flee? That one is kind of confusing.
Yeah,
It is. That's the one that confuses me.
I'll take a bad spot.
Okay. So you are in a bad spot, and then Phoenix, would you like to inflict terrible harm, take something from them, or create an opportunity for one of your allies?
Since this is probably the only time I'll ever be physical as a hunter, I would like to do harm, because then I can showcase how much harm a hunter can do in one turn.
Okay.
Because I have a
shit.
deadly. I'm deadly, so whenever I inflict harm, I inflict +1 harm. I cannot reduce this. And then I don't know what cold iron does to Faye, if that does something extra, but it's bladed so that does an additional harm. And I don't know if I do like a basic harm. That I do not know. So I definitely have a +2, and then depending on the iron, if it does something, or if there's a base 1 harm that you deal, I don't know that.
So I'm going to say that this is 3 harm, worse than all that. A bullet point blank range, sword cleaving a tendon or bone. You know, that would be 3 harm. And what would be called serious harm. So like dangerous stuff, getting shot in the shoulder, getting hit by a car, something like that. So this is the equivalent of you feel like you just got hit by a car.
Yeah,
Trap.
yeah. I
That shit
imagine, like,
hurts.
the cold
Especially
iron just sears into their skin, like there's blood and everything.
Yes.
I did
Especially
take a
since you
scar,
became smaller, and that's easier for me. Probably,
Yes.
like to do more harm to you.
Yes. And so this shit hurts, Trap, as you feel it just seething through, worse than the mirror being attached to your wrist. You feel that pain seething, but you look up and you see the Morrigan staring down at you, and her face displeased. What is this?
I brought the thing.
And I pull you back, saying, "You little lying fucking shit." I pull you back to me. Or like more you're attached to the whip, so I try to, whatever the Morgan does, I try to like pull you back and like over behind me so I can like smash you into the ground next to me. Like, you little fine shit.
Your friend here was just offering themselves in his stead, which I was willingly and gladly looking to take.
But now you don't have to, right? And then I got my boobs removed, right?
Shut it. Sure it, or I squeeze you.
Alex,
Literally
let me do
trample
this.
you. Since you're in a bad spot, I'm like, oh wait, were you gonna do something?
I was laughing at a meme. You're good.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, since if you'd allow it, if you're cool with it, if you chose to be in a bad spot, I would like want to pull you back and put my foot on you as like the animal. If you're still in your animal form, put my foot on
why
you.
not? This is the bad place, the bad spot.
The bad place.
The bad spot.
God.
Make your choice, then. It seems your friends would like to bring the hound right back to me. She looks back toward him, who he's standing the farthest back in comparison to the 4 of you.
Lady of the Crossroads, I will not abide you taking another into your bounds. Camden, the choice is yours, but I will not let this stand.
She looks to you, Allison. Power It's a hunger, isn't it? I know the things that you want, the way that you got here, your knowledge, the power. I understand you want
speak.
to help people. And I do too. Which is why I'm taking him back. Do this.
Wait. This is not our decision. Look, boys, both of you fight it out. Choose who wants to sacrifice himself. Choose whoever wants to decide their story. This is not for us to decide.
Alice, if the choice is mine, then let me make my fucking choice.
She will lower her hands and the shield will vanish. But her eyes are misty.
Yeah, come on. You don't have to do this. Come on.
Shut up!
You've really already made your choices, honestly. Like, you're good. You're good.
Cam will look to Kukulane. North Harbor. It's yours now. You let them die. You let harm come to them. I swear to God, I'll hunt you down myself. And then we can do this shit all over again. You understand me?
He nods. It'll be safe. Well then, it's settled. See, this was rather simple, actually. Seems the rest of you have made it a bit more complicated than it needs to be, and I won't take that as a slight, don't worry. You've brought me a beautiful display to keep. That's all I wanted. The curse will be broken. Your debts will be cleared. But any time you need just a little bit more, you now know how to get here and where to find me. And trust me, I would be willing to help. Whatever you need. And I'm sure you'll be back here to come visit your friend. Camden will make a fine statue. And you see her pull the mirror up again, gazing into it. The power from this mirror, you feel it all around you in this court. And you watch Camden's flesh slowly begin to turn to marble. Just a small crack on the side of the head from a bit of resistance. A beautiful yet melancholic statue. And it moves to the center room on display. You watch the Morrigan take her prizes, her mirror, and she places it back on the pedestal. And she walks down the corridors, admiring all of her artwork, including her newest installment. And Phoenix, Alisan, Trap, you exit back into the material world the party still continuing, the gentle music in the background. You walk out with Cuchulainn, and you walk into the main room once again, and you see the statue of Camden. The placard now changed with a new title. The Hound of Boston. With the dates and descriptions underneath of Camden's domain, location, recent installment. And that is where we will end our story for this evening. A bittersweet ending. But the debt has been paid to the Morrigan, one way or another. Perhaps not the way all of you would have chosen. But it was the choice that Camden made to free you all from your debts. Thank you, everybody, for playing Urban Shadows and joining us for Urban Shadows. What an ending. I was not expecting that, and I love that so much.
Lord Tutu, when I catch you, when I find you, when I see you, I'm gonna cry at you so hard.
And I'll do it again.
Do it again. That was beautiful, I have to say. Every once in a while, your players, they make a little self-sacrifice, and it gets me. It really does. So I thank you guys. And a little bit of betrayal and lying as well to add a little spice to our story, which I always love. Oh man. So thank you everybody so much for joining us for Urban Shadows. Hope you all enjoyed the system, and thanks for sticking with us with it and learning some of the new things. So we got to experiment a bit with some debt moves. We did some circle moves earlier on, but there's a bunch of different moves that you can do for each character. I'm curious, your guys, we'll do just a quick little debrief. If you all have some takeaways from this game and just things that you liked, things that you learned about the system as a whole. I'm curious what you all thought and what you thought of your playbooks. I don't know if anybody has any initial thoughts.
I just gotta say, the wizard's got a lot of utility, to the point where I'm this is a little overpowered, especially things like trinket, where you can spend a hold to have a little mundane object. Elemental, it's very vague, but in that way where if you're a role player, if you're someone who likes to get fucky with your magic, you're gonna love the wizard playbook.
If it wasn't through my series of... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I played Urban Shadows, first edition. I played the Fate before. I played these games before. I enjoy it. I do appreciate how a little more detailed the powers are and usage and roles for them. I had a great time. I really enjoy the overall revamp of aesthetics. The game is beautiful to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And just 13 out of 10.
Honestly, I wish we could have gotten a little more into the corruption system.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that was real fucking cool, diving into that. It's one of those things that if you have more time or you have more of a longer story to tell, that could definitely be an interesting turn to take with a couple of characters, because it gives you a lot of really interesting perks at a cost, obviously. Because if you get too far down that rabbit hole, your character is no longer your character.
Yeah. So I like that element of it too. I agree.
We love a little risk reward.
Yep.
I like that as well. I think it's even like a fun one to say, oh, I'm not scared of taking corruption, because like at a certain point every character ends, and the things that you might get from it, like especially the special moves, seem really good.
Mhm.
And especially for me personally, at least in the Hunter playbook, there are some moves there that really get you out of a pinch, which is very useful and shouldn't be afraid to use it.
Yeah.
We didn't get really into a combat situation, so it wasn't really that useful right now. But especially as well with the let it out abilities, those are really neat as well. I feel
Mhm.
like they're I think they're supposed to be the middle ground between using your normal abilities and using corruption moves, where they are still pretty damn good. It's just more up to fate if it works or not. But yeah, I like that you can choose how hard you want to go in your moves and how much you want to risk. Yeah,
100%.
definitely a fun part of the system.
Yeah. I will say, so yeah, there's definitely, if you're looking to play Urban Shadows, there's a lot of, if you're playing it for a bit of a longer term than just like a shorter, like little like 3-shot like we did, there's a lot of stuff that you can look into for like advancement for your players. So I'll just review this really quick. We don't have to go through it ourselves, but at the end of every session, ask each player to decide if they've grown closer to a circle that they engaged with this session. They increase the rating in that circle and decrease their rating in a different circle. Ask them how their relationships to these communities have changed because of the events of the story, and tell them to mark one of the 2 circles involved in those changes. And then in addition, ask each player about any debts they may owe or debts owed to them as a result of the session. Ask them to explain the new debts and have them make a note down for next session. So as you can see, circles, the various circles that they've been getting involved with are very important, as well as debts. Like debts are just like a whole core part. It's almost, I would say, like hunger or rage or something. It's like but it's not tracked necessarily, but it's something very, very important to keep track of, like who you owe debts to. It's part of like the character building. They all had debts that they owed. They owed a debt to the Morrigan. They could continue to have those types of debts. So it's a very important part of the system as well. So I really like that. But as a storyteller or a master of ceremonies, it's something you like to keep in mind if you're running that, debts and the circles are very important to the story as well.
Well, and I think having more time
Yeah.
would give you more time to like build out the circles for
Yep.
your particular story.
Yes.
'Cause, like there could be, especially with a city like Boston, like there would be so many different areas that would be attributed to each of those circles.
Yes. And like different factions that run within those circles you can build on as well. And our players like a little bit like had their established, involvement with each other, with their circles, which I think was great. The wizard, also gets a ward that's part of like their character sheet, which is also cool. So
My white boy of the week, baby.
yeah, little Ashley, pat. So yes, it's really great. I really enjoy the system. I really would like to look more into Urban Shadows. So I hope you all enjoyed as well. It's definitely got that gritty. It could have these types of bittersweet endings, which I think brings itself to these types of stories that you tell. So I really, really like that. There's always a cost. There's always things that will not always end like a chipper happy, and the heroes like went on their way. So I really like those types of storytelling. So if you're looking for that in your storytelling, you absolutely should check out Urban Shadows. And so I'm a big fan. I really like it. So thank you, everyone. Thanks so much to my players for joining and playing such awesome characters. This was so much fun. The dynamic between the 4 of you, 10 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. So before we head out for the evening, we'll do one last round of like goodbyes and where everybody can find you, or any cool things you have coming up that you'd like to share. So we'll go just down the line here on the overlay. So Trap, let's start with you.
Oh my gosh, hi.
I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials except Blue Sky. That is vinvox.com. And it's also my website because I'm a voice actor and tabletop performer. If you wanted to see me be worse, comparatively, I am in 2 Vampire Chronicles currently. First is on Wednesdays on Dibbles and Dice's channel. We are playing Philly by Night, The Monster Within. I am playing a pretty Nosferatu named Adonis, and that should tell you everything about that. And then on Thursdays on Bad House RPG, we are playing Eternity in Jersey City, a Sabat Chronicle, where I am playing a Toreador named Candy, which also should feed into like what kind of things we're up to. Everything else, just keep an eye on my socials, namely Blue Sky, and that's me. Thank y'all for having me.
And then Abby.
What up, gay people? Thank you for having me on your show. Hi, we got there. I'm Abby. I'm your local internet nerd, and I was so fucking honored to be at this table. These are exceptional role players, amazing human beings in general. But if you want to see more of me, you can catch me on the Hype Goblins channel, where we are currently recording our long-running D&D all homebrew game, Luck and Chaos, as well as my one-shot of Changeling the Lost, if you enjoyed seeing some Fae shenanigans, which I'm gonna have to bother y'all about at some point. And in addition, if you want to see me in the storytelling seat, I have run the award-winning Dino Crisis 2-shot on Twisted Fates channel. If you want to see people get eaten by dinosaurs, want to watch some deaths, some sorrow, some prayers, all that good stuff, check us out there. But most importantly, check out the people here. They do really good and important work. They're pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. But Hagone.
The voice mods have been like so perfect for this. I will never forget the I'm gay.
It's not as iconic as the I'm gay,
Yeah.
honestly.
Literally my favorite moment. Now we pass to you, Syrinx.
Thank you. I'm also gay. I don't have a fancy voice mod for it though. Hey, I'm Syrinx. I had the wonderful pleasure of playing the hunter at this table. Really fun. Love Powered by the Apocalypse systems like this. It's always so easy to pick up. So I had a blast, like, just having 3 sessions to tell a nice story, which already says a lot that you can tell a full feeling story in 3 sessions, really. Other than that, feel free to check me out on all socials. I do tabletop content, LARP content, cosplay content on Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. No, not Twitter anymore. Fuck that. Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, all of that. So check me out there, definitely. But until then, I hope to see you in the future, and stay safe, and I'll pass it on to Laura.
Well, hi, hello, good time zone, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can usually find me on the internet as _ Laura Tutu, depending on where you're looking for me. If you can't find me, I'm not on that fucking social media platform. You can also check out my website, lauratutu.com. I'm on during the week. You can find me on Rebels Without a Castle on Wednesdays for our homebrew D&D world, The Stone Lord's Folly. You can find me on Fridays over with Crit Hit Chronicles as we play our little sequel to Baldur's Gate 3, Shadows over Baldur's Gate. You'll be able to see me at PAX U this year, most likely, probably. I'm pretty sure. I've got the hotel. I'll show up one way or another. And if you are going to be in the Chicagoland area, you might want to check out the Newport Theater on October 24th and 25th for Théâtre de Vampire, Festival de Vampire. Our little vampire-flavored vaudeville, burlesque, drag extravaganza. It's vampires pretending to be humans, pretending to be vampires. Quite avant-garde. But I will be performing on October 24th. And you can get your tickets if you check out vampsshy.com.
Ooh,
I'm sure everything you're about to see is real.
Oh, yes, of course.
Obviously.
That is our amazing players, everybody. Thank you so much. And of course, feel free to check out all the other cool stuff we have at Magi RPG. We have our Scum and Villainy game, Ignite Recall, on Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, we have Curse of the House of Rookwood, which is a Haunting of Hill House inspired TTRPG. So if you want to check those out, that's where we'll be this week. If not, we'll see you on the VODs on YouTube, where you can catch all of our shows, including the rest of this Urban Shadows series. So thank you so much, everybody. And thanks, Magpie, for actually sponsoring this game, because they sent all of the goodies to us so that we can play this game. So thank you so much, Magpie, and play Urban Shadows. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye.